Hello friends, welcome back to the video series in Oracle PL/SQL programming. In this video, we will discuss on the cursors and more precisely on the implicit cursor. Now, there are practically two types of cursors in Oracle PL/SQL, implicit cursors and the explicit cursors. So, what is cursor at first? Oracle creates a memory area which is known as the context area for processing an SQL statement which contains all the information need for processing the statement. Example, the number of rows processed, etc. A cursor is a pointer to this context area. PL/SQL controls the context area through a cursor. A cursor holds the rows, one or more, returned by a SQL statement. The set of rows the cursor holds is referred to as the active set. We can name a cursor so that it could be referred to in a program to fetch and process the rows returned by the SQL statement, one at a time. There are two types of cursors already discussed, implicit and another one is the explicit. Now about the implicit cursors. Implicit cursors are automatically created by Oracle whenever an SQL statement is executed. When there is not explicit cursors for the statement, programmers cannot control the implicit cursors and the information in it. Whenever a DML statement like insert, update, and delete is issued, an implicit cursor is associated with the statement. For insert operations, the cursor holds the data that needs to be inserted. For update and delete operations, the cursor identifies the rows that would be affected. So, what are the attributes of SQL implicit cursor? The first one is found, the second one is not found, the third one is open, and the fourth one is the row count. And look, each and every attribute we have started with the percentage sign. So what is found? Returns true if an insert, update, or delete statement affected one or more rows, or a select into statement returned one or more rows. Otherwise, it returns false. Not found, the logical opposite of the found. If returns true, if an insert, update, or delete statement affected no rows, or a select into statement returned no rows, otherwise it returns false. Now the attribute is open always returns false for the implicit cursors because Oracle closes the SQL cursor automatically after executing in associated SQL statement. And the row count that returns the number of rows affected by an insert, update, or delete statement or returned by a select into statement. Let us check all these through SQL Plus as hands-on practical. So open the SQL Plus at first. At first, we have to connect to the Oracle database, and for that, we are providing the username as system and the password, as you know, throughout the video series is password. So now we are connected to the Oracle database. At first, for the Oracle PL/SQL block, we have to type the set server output on that particular statement. Then we are typing another one statement for the employee table, and that one is select salary, comma dpt id from employee, where we have dpt id is equal to 10. Let's check the output here. Now we should provide the plsql block for the implicit cursor. So here we are providing the first one, declare, that means the declaring of variable, and then here we are providing coun, then the type is number, that means the data type with the size, suppose that is 3 and semicolon. So practically, to implement the implicit cursor, let us define the variable count at first, and that is known as a counter. Then we are proceeding with the begin block. Then update employee, then set salary is equal to salary plus 100, where we have dpt id is equal to 10. Then we are providing count colon is equal to that one SQL percentage sign and then row count semicolon. Now for any DML statement to execute, there would be one cursor, and that one is named as the SQL or SQL. And now we are getting for the output, that is dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, and here we are providing the first one, that is count, the name of the variable, then the double piping, and we are here providing another one string, number of rows updated, end of the string and end of parenthesis and semicolon. Then we are providing end semicolon, and now the execution time. Practically, here we are providing the count colon is equal to SQL percentage row count, that means to check how many number of rows are updated. Let's execute it, and here we are getting 2 number of rows updated, and here we can check really that there are 2 rows for the department ID 10. You can check once again with another statement that really the 2 records are updated or not, that using select count in parenthesis the asterisk sign from employee, where dpt id is equal to 10, and also here we should get the output as 2. So the 2 number of rows updated. So now you can check really the salary has been updated. So this is how the implicit cursor is used in the Oracle SQL. So how to check that really salary has been updated or not? We can use the previous statement here, that is select salary or department ID from the employee, where department ID is equal to 10. Let's check. The first one was 11,200, and that one is now 11,300, and the final one was 9,400, and here that one is the 9,000, because we have executed the statement as salary is equal to salary plus 100. So that is once again how the implicit cursor is used in the Oracle SQL.